Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? Welcome to writing a screenplay. It is December. It's the Christmas season. I got my ugly sweater on, a genuine ugly sweater. There's not reindeer shit on it or anything. This is just they made this thinking it looked good, and they were kind of right. Um, so it's December 4th. We started this project. I don't even remember anymore. Late August, September, something. But it's time to write the script. We've done notes and outlining for a couple months now, and we got it to a place where we're ready to go. So today, we're going to start writing. I think we're going to do, in this video, we're going to do segment one, which is invasion, if you remember. Um, got it back there, and I'm sure it's in episode 2 or 3 where I really go over invasion. So that's the one we're going to do today, with the girl who's grounded, and the invader comes up, and little cat and mouse kind of thing, and he kills her, but she's the monster. It's better than it sounds. Um, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to stop looking at Christmas lights, and I'm going to open our screenwriting software. Now, you'd think that that would be Final Draft. You know, I've been doing this for a long time. I know what the industry standard is. The industry standard for screenwriting software is Final Draft. It's been Final Draft for a very long time. There was a small window when it was movie Magic Maker movie. I like that one too. But for a long time it's been Final Draft. But we're not going to use Final Draft. Oh no. The reason for that is Final Draft sucks. I don't like Final Draft. I used to have it. I think I still have it. I used to like it, but every new version just got worse and worse, and it would get clunkier and slower. The response times were slow. And when you're a writer and you're trying to write, you need it to, you know, when there's a delay, that's brutal. That's brutal because you're trying to keep up with what's going on in here. And if you have to wait, okay, now I can go. That's unacceptable. Maybe it was a computer problem. I don't think it is. It was just computer. Everything else seems to work fine. So I don't use Final Draft. And what we're going to use today is Writer Duet, which is an online. Look at all these projects I got. Oh my goodness. We're going to do a new script. Is this where I put it in? Is just just do it. Just do it. None of them are perfect. We're going to use Writer Duet, which came out uh, as sort of a collaboration type of angle. Like two people can work on it. It's cloud based. There's the free version and there's the paid version. The paid version you can download it on your computer. The free version and you get more bells and whistles, which I don't use them. Um, and the free version is cloud based, so you have to be online. You have to have the internet to work on your script, which is never really a problem for me and probably most people. So, oh snap, Writer Duet version 5 is here. New outlining, internal tabs, inline images, comment, nav, so much more. Click here to try it today. You can always return to version 4. Um, I'm good. I just need a simple document. I just need that simple word processor. I think most of us do. It's fun to have the digital note cards and then notepads on the side, and I think this has all that. I'm good. Just give me the blank page, please. I mean, you can do this in Microsoft Word. You know, you can set the macros so you can get your indentations right and everything. Whatever. Find something that works for you. Uh, the One of the main reasons I like Writer Duet, I don't use it for the real time collaboration thing. That's their gimmick. I use it when it's simple, it's easy, streamlined, which is all I need, and maybe most importantly, it has the option of exporting FDX files, which is the final draft file. Because at some point in the process, you're going to option and sell your script, and at some point, you're going to want or need to hand over an FDX file. It's going to be requested. They're going to want the final draft file. And if you didn't write in final draft on a lot of these programs, you're going to say, I mean, I don't have a final draft file. I didn't write it in final draft. I wrote it in Celtics. I'm so sorry. And I don't know, that's could get messy and awkward. This is simple, saves you from that. It's let me see what the options are. Export PDF, export final draft. There we go. Export final draft without notes, Celtics, RTF, text, write a duet, so PDF. So yeah, the fact that you can export FDX files is pretty good, and that was something that was important to me when I was looking to replace Final Draft. So so I can write in this, and I can still give them the industry standard file. Enough of that. Use whatever you can. Use whatever you want. We are going to start writing, and I'm so excited. This always happens after you do 2-3 months of notes. You just want to get in there. You just want to get in there. And that's what we're going to do now. This is going to be um, a rough draft, so a lot of this is probably not going to be very good. So, I mean, be cool, I guess. We're going to go over rewriting and stuff later on, so we can fix some of those type of issues. But now it's important to just get it down. You're not trying to put pure dog shit on the page, but we're not gonna kill ourselves over this. We're gonna get this on the page, and we're gonna get this moving, and then we're gonna clean it, and we're gonna clean it, and we're gonna tweak it, and it's gonna get beautiful. It's gonna be so pretty and so scary. So I always like to start with the title page. Title page. Which these are the options they give. This is all you get to play with in Writer Duet. The town that dripped blood. We have a title written by author. That's me, Dale. So on. That's me. And down here, I'm just going to put, for privacy reasons, I'm just going to put at gmail.com so they know how to get me. So, done. Title page, done. The town that dripped blood. Very satisfied with that title. It's time for invasion. Now with this video, I don't know if I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep it recording, but I don't know if we're going to watch me just struggle for an hour or two or three or four, beginning to end. I might do jump cuts. I might do some fast forward stuff. I don't know. I don't know. But this video, I do want this video, regardless of how it's edited, to be invasion. So let's do it. How do we start every movie? Fade in. Exterior. Jill's house. Night. It's nighttime. It's a quiet night in suburbia. None of the lights are on in the two-story home except the upstairs, except one room upstairs. There we go. It's Jill's room. Speaking of, boom, boom. Keep it at night. Yeah, one thing I love about screenwriting software is a lot of the tabs and the enters. You don't have to really work too hard about the spacing and indentation. If you hit the right sequence of keys, it does it all for you. That's why these exist. This is why we don't do it in Microsoft Word, because they've made this special program just for this goofy ass format that is screenwriting. So Jill Knight, Jill, capitalized, of course. First time we meet a character, it's got to be capitalized. Jill Jill. Good old Jill. Um, as bear with me. Blue-eyed, 16-year-old girl paces around her room, barking into the phone. Her her phone paces around the room because you don't want her room, her phone, her blue eyes. Just try to give it some variety. Your phone. Okay, Jill, Jill. I want to go, but I'm grounded. It's a little on the nose, but we're just getting it down on paper. Let us dance. Let us jump to Melanie's room. Continuous. Continuous. Now, there are a lot of schools of thought on these slug lines. Can I get that back? A lot of people say just use night and day. Just use night and day. Don't use continuous. Don't use later. Don't use any of these other ones. Just use night and day. To hell with that. Clarity is king. If it's confusing, stick with night and day, I guess. But get out of here. So many rules. We're gonna break a lot of rules here in this, and I guess this is one of them. I wouldn't even call it a rule. I would just call it terrible advice that people are given. Just use day and night. All right, Melanie. So this is Melanie. Melanie cakes on her makeup. No. Melanie puts on her eyeliner. Is eyeliner a thing? Puts on eyeliner at her makeup table while talking with Jill on speaker. Is eyeliner a thing? Do I have to Google this? This happens a lot when I'm writing. Just because it's gonna yeah, that's what girls do that stuff. I just didn't once again I didn't want to use the word makeup twice. You don't want to do that sort of thing if possible, and it's always possible. So you want it to be a somewhat pleasant read. You don't want it to be clunky and sound like this and makeup. She puts makeup with her makeup. Sound like a rap song there. All right. Melanie. I don't even know people still got grounded. That's a cute little line. My phone's buzzing. I don't even know people still got grounded. Alright, now we're going to intercut Jill, Melanie. So now we're implying that we're going back and forth, so I don't have to do a new slug line every time. Did I call this a log line earlier? Sorry if I did. It's a slug line. You gotta slug it out. So the girls are gonna talk for a bit here, right? That's what we've established. Let me take a look. Yeah, the girls are gonna talk. She's gonna see the creepy neighbor. Then this invader's gonna come. Let's keep going. Gotta look at my phone because it is a buzzing. It's Christmas season. Everyone's making plans. It's great. I love it. I didn't even know people still got grounded. Boom, boom, boom. What they do? Melanie. Hmm. Yeah. I'm thinking of putting. You don't know how any of this works, do you? I know that if I got grounded, I wouldn't fucking listen. Little alternate line, or I certainly do not. Hmm. Both fine. Both fine. See, I'm trying to explore and find these characters on the page. This is something I like to do. You know, you find out their attitudes, um, and it's fun. It's fun to do. Um, Cause I want Jill to be like that kind of plucky, like oh, it's like she's the kind of girl that when she gets grounded, she stays grounded. You know, she stays in. Melanie, she gets grounded, she just laughs, ha 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 ha. Oh hi Mark. I certainly do not. Just girl talk. Jill continues to pace around the room, frustrated at being locked up on a fun Friday night. Friday night's fine. We're establishing that. We're establishing that whole thing that I was trying to do. I don't know if we're going to be able to keep it. I think we can, where it happens. Everything happens Friday, Saturday, Sunday, essentially. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. All right, locked out. Oh no, I fucked up. See, guys, guys, we're you guys gotta help me. I got the wrong characters saying these things. Jeez, man, man, oh man. And that right there is why you rewrite. That right there is why you have somebody else look at your script. Um, they're like, this doesn't make sense. I think you have the wrong characters saying the thing. Yeah, that it happens because you're thinking two steps ahead, so you're kind of just going through the motion of what you're currently at, and sometimes those mistakes happen. This is fun. I'm glad we got one of those out of the way. Frustrated, being locked up on a Friday night. Don't you dare. Um, your parents, right? We can just all go over to your place. And just like that, we already have one page done. Just like that, we already have one page done. Establish some locations, couple characters. She's grounded. This other one's a bit of a, you know, more of a girl who likes the boys and likes to go out. Got the fact that the parents are this all in one page. Some cute enough dialogue, not too on the nose. Um, that's not great, but it's not the end of the world right now. Uh, let's keep going. Let's keep going. One page down. My parents would kill me. But at least you wouldn't be grounded then. Now you can't get lost in too much banter and dialogue. I love dialogue. I love banter. I love back and forth, revealing character through dialogue. But you can't go too far. And since this is obviously the first draft, this is the rough draft. I shouldn't worry too much about that. But I do like to keep that in the back of my head. You know, that way when I'm rewriting, it's not too tricky to cut things because I've already sort of made it as streamlined and tight as I could, and that will make things helpful. So, but at least you wouldn't be grounded then. Jill goes to her bedroom window. See now, I should use this opportunity because the invader is gonna come in later, and we're really gonna play with this space that this is this room. So I need her to walk to the window. That obviously plays an important role very soon. But the bed comes into play, the door, the hall, her closet. So it's good to establish and set these things up now. See the closet, what it looks like. Maybe she's nope, no, 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 no. Jill goes to her closet. Um, what are these ones called? Like a accordion closet? Jill, I think it is, opens her closet door. I mean, it's not describing it in serious detail is not the end of the world. It's just the fact that we're establishing it now, because um, at the end of the day, this is going to be a decision for the director, producer, the set designer, location manager. That's they have to find the perfect closet door, whether it's an open like a door, or if it's accordion style like in Halloween. Right now, that's not it's not a factor. I can make it a factor, but right now it's not. So I'm keeping it a little vague. Jump like a closet door. Um, where goes through her clothes. Because I want this line. This is all just because I want this line. And I had the perfect outfit for tonight too. And Melanie says something, probably something witty, because that just seems to be how Melanie works. So I could go the compliment route. Like it matters. You look great. Everything. See, that's a nice thing, you know. Melanie's been kind of a ball buster up to this point. Now she said a nice thing. It's almost like she's a real human being that has more than one, you know, emotion. Um, all right. Like it matters. You look great in everything. The bummed out teen closes the closet door just to pace around her weekend prison. That's a little fun. That's just a little fun way of saying a room. That's just a little fun way. Just trying to spice it up a little bit here. So we are going to keep going. I have to check this buzzing phone or I'm going to lose my mind. The bummed out teen. So what was the name that I used? Mark? Mark. And Melanie. Let's try to poke the bear a little bit. Little Melanie. I like Melanie. She's fun. My phone doesn't stop. People just gotta let me right. It's what? It's 11:30. It's 11:30. People are at work, right? We're all at work. I'm at work right here. Got my Christmas lights. Got my sweater. Just let me work. Ah, did you hear that? Let's go with Robbie. That's a fun little interaction. Hmm. What derogatory term for women should I use here? uh, let's go with let's go with not the best, but it's rough draft. Rough draft. Jill walks up to her window, looks out, and sees her neighbor, Mr. Hill, looking up at her from his kitchen window next door. The slovenly man doesn't blink, just stares at Jill and her house. Now that's important because he's casing the place as well. He's not, we've got that twist where it looks like he's being a bad man, but he's not really being a bad man. He's actually being a helpful man. And just like that, we're on page 3. This is how it goes, folks. You just keep chugging along. If you've done the work with notes and outline, this part is relatively easy. Is every line a banger? No, not yet, but it will be. It's good enough. It's fixable. Um, Although I'm kind of satisfied with a lot of this so far. Um, I like the tone, I like the atmosphere, um, and we're about to get spooky. Jill instinctively fix that word. Thank you. Takes a step back. Melanie has to say something funny. What's a funny thing here? I need funny. Somebody say something funny. I can't think of anything. I'll put a placeholder. Oh my god. Oh, don't, don't, don't judge me. Okay? Don't. Alright? We'll fix it. We'll fix it. need all that. See, because right now he's looking at this man essentially kind of breaking in. Or, yeah, 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 yeah. So I'm sorry, I'm getting into this zone right now because I'm trying to think of the logistics and I'm getting a bit of a flow going, and you just kind of zone out. So I apologize for that. And I want to have some music going, you know? I want to have the town that drip blood. Got some of that Eddie money. Eddie money. Can't keep a good man down. But I can't because I would get copyright stricken to hell by YouTube. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to keep writing. I am going to do a bit of a fast forward to the end of the segment, and I'll go over what what we've done because we're 2.5 pages in. We've only got 3 4 pages left, so I will check in with you guys uh, very soon. All right, we are back here. Finished Invasion. I'm just going to kind of read it. I had to go up and change some things. I mentioned the anniversary that the parents are at, you know, right here. There's a little banter. But that's all essentially the same as it was. So we get Mr. Hill looking at her through his kitchen window. Um, we have some good back and forth there. It's spooky. Melanie's cracking wise about it, but Jill is a bit unnerved by all of it. Um, Jill doesn't really know what to do, and at one point here, um, Melanie's like, "That sucks, but I've got to go. I've got to go." Um, she has a party to go to, and Jill says, "Already?" Jill looks at the clock, 7:35 p.m. I guess it is about that time. And Melanie said that they say their goodbyes. Um, Melanie ends the call, leaving Jill alone in her room. She tries to fight the urge to go to the window and see if her pervy neighbor is still gawking, but the temptation is too much. Jill peeks through the blinds and sees Mr. Hill staring at the lower level of the house, almost like he's casing the joint. Mr. Hill walks away from his kitchen window, much to the relief of Jill. He returns to the window, phone in hand. He looks up at Jill and punches numbers into the keypad. I think that could be very scary. Like just that right there. Oh, he went away. Oh, he's back. He's got a phone. And he looks at you. He's got the phone because we don't know he's helping yet. We're about to, but that could be good stuff in the right hands. Um, so she has a landline. We're just gonna roll with it. A lot of places have a landline for emergencies. Jill, the fact that she's grounded and she's listening to that, you know, decree by her parents, these are people that would probably definitely have a landline. I have a landline here. Uh, it's a lot of it just comes with the package. So I think for emergencies, I could see the parents having this. It makes sense. It's not too ridiculous. Um, but he calls and she doesn't want to answer it, but she does. And he says, Jill, someone is in your house. I thought I saw someone before. I'm going to call 911. You know what? I'm calling 911 right now. Jill hears a thud from downstairs as the intruder finally makes his presence known. Um, what do I do? Anything you can, Jill. Anything you can. We're having fun. We're having a good time. And this is that Heidi Hyde sequence. She hangs up the phone. She checks the hall. She's hearing the creak downstairs. She freaks out. Shuts the door. Makes a little too much noise with the door. Um, she hears the intruder walking around a bit more cavalier and confident down there. The terrified teen drops down. She goes under her bed, but there's too much stuff. She looks around. Meanwhile, footsteps of the intruder can be heard on the staircase. They're halfway there. He's getting closer. She goes to her closet, opens the door, but there's less room in here than under the bed. I actually went back up and I put in a little line about how messy her closet is, just to establish that. Why doesn't she hide in her closet? Because there's no room. Um, so he's upstairs now, down the hall, with nowhere to hide, and the man hunting her just outside. Jill turns off the light and sneaks up to the corner of the room where she would be shielded by the open door. So when the door opens, she's got to hide behind it. The hunter opens the door slowly, the knob almost jamming her in the side, really trying to establish where she is, what the layout is of this, because I could see people getting confused, because people get confused about stupid stuff. So let me just say it again for you. All right. Why would the knob jam her in the side? Is she hiding behind? Oh, she's hiding behind it. Even in the darkness, she can see how big the man is. A tactical belt similar to what a police officer would wear. Um, because this is what we're going to learn later, a hunter, you know, hunting monsters and demons and supernatural beings. But right now, it just looks like some sort of home invasion. The man that's going to kill a teenage girl. The hunter drops to a knee and checks under the bed, pulling out all of Jill's things. Once she's not in there, the closet. So he's checking spot by spot. Real scary, hopefully. Like, once again, in the right hands of the director. Uh, the score, editing. The man calmly walks back to the door. Goes into the hall and stops back downstairs. The kind of walks. Hang on. Walks back. God damn it. Back into the hall and goes downstairs. Just to clean it up a little bit. The man calmly walks back into the hall. Yeah, it's fine. Jill, terrified, sneaks up to the window and looks out where Mr. Hill is still in his kitchen. The old man points down, letting her know the intruder is downstairs. She tries to open her window, but it's stuck. She puts more force into it, a little too much force, because when she slides it up, it hits the stopper hard. The footsteps of the hunter can be heard running up the stairs. With time not on her side, Jill hurries out the window. Out the window? Out of the window? Let's go out of the window. Willing to accept the pain that will come with the fall. However, before she can get all the way out, the hunter grabs her leg. Jill kicks at him, but the massive man isn't fazed and drags her back in. Jill screams in horror as the man draws what appears to be a decorative knife. He plunges the knife into her chest. He stabs her again and again. Blood spurts out of her mouth as the life drains from her eyes. The killer stands over her motionless body and takes out a cell phone from one of his tactical vest pockets. He quickly places a call. It's done. Gotta have that. It's done. I'm in. It's done. The hunter steps away from the pooling blood so he doesn't get any on his boots, just establishing placement for what's about to happen. Yes, I used the dagger. Let's go with yeah. Yeah. Let's go with yeah. Yeah, I used the dagger. He wipes the blood off the ancient dagger on her bedsheet. The man walks towards the door but stops when the person on the other line says something that unnerves him. Did I say the words? What words? The hunter turns around to see Jill standing, covered in blood. Her eyes are no longer blue, but a deep red. She snarls and leaps at the man sent to destroy her. We did it! We did it! We did Invasion. That's 7 pages. This was supposed to be, my estimate was 5 to 6. We've hit 7. I'll always take the extra pages when possible. Better to have more than not enough. And yeah, I think this is a very good start. 7 pages. It's a good opener to the horror anthology. Um, we've established some characters, and it ends. It's got a good little falsy there with the red herring that is Mr. Hill, the neighbor. We set up some Melanie. The parents who are out at their anniversary dinner, which I had to go back and add. But we're about to meet them in the second segment, so things are just going to start really connecting. And yeah, all things considered, I think that's a pretty damn fine uh, opening segment and opening 7 pages. So that's where we're at. I'm going to assume I'm going to do segment by segment, at least the videos. I don't think each segment I'm going to do in a day. Like this, I just wrote in what, an hour or two, just because I knew what I'd be able to do. The next segment is blind date, where they go out to the dinner and then they go back to her place and she's crazy and there's the guy in the basement, and he only sees in shades of gray. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be the next one. Um, and that might happen over a few days, but it will just be one video, and that's really all that matters. So why am I talking about it? I'm excited. I'm excited. We did it. We're Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.